morning. This is Marx from the Bible in 1 Year. Today we're going to look at Matthew 14, verse 22 till 36. After feeding the 5,000, Jesus instructs his disciples to go into a boat and go without him to the other side of the Sea of Galilee, while he stays behind to pray on a mountain. As night falls, a strong wind arises, causing the waves to batter the boat. This caused fear amongst the disciples as they struggled against the storm, fighting to stay afloat. In the early hours of the morning, Jesus comes toward them walking on the water. Seeing a figure moving on the waves, the disciples are terrified, thinking they are seeing a ghost. But Jesus immediately calls out to them, saying, "Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid." Peter, eager to confirm that it is truly Jesus, responds, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." Jesus then simply replies, "Come." With faith, Peter steps out of the boat and begins walking towards Jesus. However, when he noticed the strong wind and the rough waves, fear overtook him, and he starts to sink. In desperation, he cries out, "Lord, save me!" Jesus immediately reached out his hand, catching Peter, and said, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" They both returned to the boat, and as soon as they step inside, the wind ceases. The disciples were amazed by this and worshipped Jesus, proclaiming, "Truly, you are the Son of God." After crossing the lake, they arrived at Gennesaret, where people recognized Jesus. The word spread quickly, and many brought their sick to him. They believed in the power that he can heal, and reached out so that he could touch even the edge of their garment. All who touched him were healed, demonstrating the power of faith in Jesus Christ. Now, how do we apply Matthew 14, verse 22 to 36 in our lives today? Firstly, trusting God in difficult times. Just like Peter, we may face storms in life, challenges, fears, or doubts. When we focus on the problems instead of Jesus, we begin to sink in worry and stress. But if we keep our eyes on him, he will guide us through. We should step out in faith. Sometimes God calls us to step out of our comfort zone, just like Peter stepping out of the boat. Whether it's a new job, ministry, or a decision, trusting God gives us the strength to move forward. This passage also tells us to call on Jesus in times of trouble. When Peter began to sink, he immediately cried out, "Lord, save me." Instead of trying to fix everything on our own, we should quickly turn to Jesus for help. We also see that the disciples were afraid at first when they saw the figure, but they recognized God's presence in their lives when they realized it was Jesus. They worshipped him. We should respond in the same way when we see God working in our lives. We should respond with faith and worship, just like the disciples did. My prayer for you is that you may recognize God in your life, and that you may trust him when you face storms and challenges. Thank you for listening. See you next week.